Nobody would start something with the intention of finishing halfway. Nobody would intentionally start a business or probably start a book or start something new with the intention of just abandoning it in the middle. Like, I'm just not going to do it. When I get to the middle of the road, I'm just going to turn back. No, it doesn't always happen like that. Most times it happens like you're enthusiastic about something and then you eventually start, you eventually get that energy, you eventually get the resources to start. But as you go on, you just start to abandon it. It's so easy to abandon work. It's so easy to leave things unfinished. Why? Because it's just the easy way out. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And I think the reason it is like that is because, when you're starting something, you are filled with energy. It's just like you want to start a race, you want to start running. In fact, let me state an example that I think is so easy to relate with, or I don't know. It's just like working out, exercising. You understand? I remember there was one time, maybe it was like last year or 2 years back, that I told myself that I was going to lose weight. I'm going to lose 10 kg. I wanted to lose 10 kg and I was serious about it. I thought about it, I calculated my money, and I carried myself to the gym. You understand? I started with so much determination. Nobody's going to stop me. I am going to exercise for about a month and continue, pay out for another subscription, and da 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 da. Okay? I only did it for about 6 days and I went back to my house. Okay? In fact, I did not finish my money. I went back. I did not go back again. I had it in mind I was going to start it. I felt like I even needed to start it. It was something that I felt like I needed to do. I knew the reason I wanted to do it. You understand? But that did not mean I was going to finish. Alright? This is something that I hear a lot in a lot of podcasts, that you have to make that decision. You must have a reason. In fact, I think I've talked about this in one of my videos before, that if you want to start a thing, you should know why you're starting. Why this is true. But sometimes, even if you know the reason, it won't stop you from abandoning some things in the middle. Because let me tell you something, when I started my first business, I started for a reason, and I didn't forget that reason for 1 second, but I still stopped halfway. When I started the second one, I stopped halfway, and I knew my very reason. In fact, the reason I was starting was because I knew the reason. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is not that you should not have a reason. What I'm trying to say is that you need what I'm going to be talking about in this video for you to start something and finish it, and not just abandon it halfway. Okay, let's just go into how you are supposed to accomplish this. And the first thing is this. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is that you have to admit it to yourself that there is no easy way out. There is no easy way out. Okay? There is no easy way out. I feel like when I started writing, this is something that I learned. All right. I write YouTube scripts. Do you get? So like when I start writing the scripts, sometimes I get tired, and because it is divided into sections, I have like a lot of subtopics. Sometimes I'm like, let me leave the first one and go to the second one, or like leave the second one too and go to the third one if it's not enough, if it's not up to the word count that I want to write. But I would tell myself that no, don't go to the next one, because if I go to the next one, nobody is going to do the second one for me. I still have to come back to do that second one. So it's better for me to conquer that second one and before I go to the third one. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean? Knowing that if you don't do it the way you're supposed to do it, you are still going to be stuck where you are, will definitely put you in the right mental space. You understand that, okay, I have started. There is no other way. This is how everybody else, this is how they are doing it. You understand? This is the hardship that a lot of people are facing, and I am no different. I'm not different from them. I have to experience this as well. I have to find an easy way out for myself. You understand? But I have to put in the work. There is no other way for me to do it apart from putting in the work. Another thing is this. You have to remove the lulu from your whatever. You understand? I know that it is good to make use of your imaginations. Making use of your imaginations can make you like do things and make you how do I put this now, can just profit you in a very big way. But at the same time, you have to be careful about your expectations. I feel like once we start something and we are not getting what we want from that thing because of our expectations, we start to get disappointed, and because of this disappointment, our interest starts to reduce. And that is why even if you are making progress, you won't be able to see it. You won't know that you're making progress because that is not the progress that you were expecting to make. You thought that if you carried one step, you would be on the 15th floor. You understand? But you are still stuck on the first floor on the second step. You understand what I'm trying to say? The next one I want to talk about is kind of still related with this delulu thingy. All right, it is that you should be realistic. This is how it is in movies, but this is how it is in real life. You understand? Do you get? Write down the details, write down the figures. If you are dealing with money, if you are reading, probably write down the lessons. Or if you are doing anything, just write out things. Because as you are going, maybe when you come back to the figures, then you see that okay, this is what is wrong. I'll be able to make this kind of correction. If you are probably reading a book, you know what to believe and what not to believe. You understand? You see, we cannot talk about this whole thing without talking about discipline. Discipline is a big deal, and I don't think anyone can start something and finish it without being disciplined. Discipline is just something that we need to live our life, or else a lot of bad things will happen to us. Okay, from this time to this time, this is what I'm going to do on that thing that I started. From this time to this time, okay, in 5 days I must have done this on my own part. And this is one thing. Most times when we are getting affected by something, it doesn't just affect one area of our life. I don't know how to put this. Okay, so it's just like that business thinking I was talking about me starting a business and not finishing and going to the next one. Somebody would think that okay, it's because the business is hard. That's why. It's because there's no money there. You understand? But if you relate that same thing to another aspect of my life, then you would see that it's like that for another thing. Like for instance, starting books and not finishing them. It was also my habit then that I would start a book, not finish it, go to the next one. Do you understand? So like most times when we are getting affected by something, by a bad choice that we are continuously making, it's probably not just one thing in our life that it is affecting. It is probably affecting something else in our life. It's just the aspect of discipline. You understand? You might be thinking that okay, I'm not disciplined in this area, but I am disciplined in that area, of which it is very possible. But most times the way it is that if you are not disciplined in one, you won't be like disciplined in two. Do you get? So like this is just everything I have come to talk about today. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you got my point. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. Absolutely amazing. If you are yet subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe now. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you. This is thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.